Well, confusion about Social Security is common when planning for retirement. It's why we're diving in on these Social Security questions that often come up when it comes to financial planning. Today's Finance Friday segment is sponsored by Compass Retirement Solutions, and today I am joined with Mark Kaplan from Compass Retirement. Mark, thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me. Very excited.
And Mark, you know, a lot of things that people have on the forefront of their mind, some of their biggest worries are Social Security. What are some of those common questions that you see?
That's a great question. So some of those common questions that we get is what's going to happen to my Social Security, right? So if you're about to retire, you're in your retirement, you're pretty much good, but it's the ones that we're the ones that should be worried about it, because definitely in the future, things could change the Social Security. They could, lower the age. So right now you can start taking it at 62. So they might increase it to 65. They might lower what we can get or include more taxes that we have to pay on it. So those are things that right now we're getting. And again, for the older people, they're pretty much set. It's us, the future, that has to worry about that. So.
Do you think Social Security will still be around for us to benefit from it when we retire?
I hope so. We're paying into it.
And we talk about maximizing our Social Security. What does that mean? And kind of share a real life example for us.
Sure. So what that means is really getting the most out of it, because there's times where like a spouse could be getting a lot of Social Security and the other one's not. So what happens is when we meet with people, we say, hey, you could actually get more than what you're getting just because you get half of what your spouse is getting, right? So they're not taking it from their spouse. They're just able to increase their Social Security just by knowing that one rule.
And when it comes to, items outside of Social Security, what should we consider?
So, a lot of people get Social Security and think that's my paycheck, but really it's going to be coming from a lot of different places. And that's why you need like an income plan to figure out where those things are going to come from, what accounts, what distributions you're going to get. So it's really a lot of investment accounts, and there's other types of things that you can do to get more than just your Social Security check every.
Social Security should be more supplemental, right?
Correct. You shouldn't just rely on that, but that's where your investment portion comes in, right? Where you're going to get it from. And that's definitely, right now, a lot of people are worried about their investments with how the market's going and things like that. So that's why you want to, meet with somebody to make sure that you're invested the right way, because that way you're not relying just on your Social Security. And
it is important to go ahead and make that financial plan. You can actually meet with the team at Compass Retirement Solutions, and y'all really do pride yourselves on the 3 C's. What are those 3 C's?
Comfort, confidence, and control.
What does it mean to kind of break those down? Comfort, that confidence, and that control.
Yeah, so giving someone, comfortable, so in their retirement, they don't have to worry about going back to work. They can just enjoy themselves, right? Confidence in the income plan, confident in knowing that they can go travel and go be themselves and not have to worry about an income plan. And then, of course, control is they've worked so hard for their money, they should have control over it, right? So that way the market's not dictating it, right? Congress with taxes and dictating it, things like that. So when we talk about control, it's really just having the control of their money. We're there to guide them, but really it's their decisions to make.
Yeah, well, control is very important. I want to feel confident in my retirement plan, and I also want to be comfortable as well. So if you're interested in learning more about the 3 C's each week, Compass Retirement Solutions actually offers a free complimentary copy of the book, Retire Early. It was written by their founder, Marvin Mitchell. If you'd like to get a free copy of the book, Retire Early, all you have to do is head to rethinkingretirement.net. Again, that's rethinkingretirement.net. You can head online to get your free Peace of Mind retirement toolkit. And Mark, I just have one more question for you.
All right.
What's the best part about making sure that people are safe and comfortable, confident, and in control when it comes to retirement?
Yeah, just seeing when people come into our office and they have a lot of anxiety and stress, and then by the time they leave, we can relieve that for them. So
just a breath of fresh air.
Exactly.
They know they can retire in the best way possible using those 3 C's. Again, you can get that free Peace of Mind toolkit at their website, rethinkingretirement.com. And of course, we'll make sure we place all of this information on our website at studiostl.tv. This has been another edition of Finance Friday, sponsored by Compass Retirement Solutions. Don't go anywhere, STL. We'll have a lot more of the show in a jiffy.